Session 60!
60!
Why are you all screaming in my kitchen? Merrick asks. Last time we played, you guys did some investigating. You talked to some gnomish individuals who told you to come back later in the day. Unfortunately, I listened to last session, but I'm drawing a lot of blanks. You went back to...
That's because we didn't do a lot.
Yeah, the main thing that happened was you guys went... Or the main
a lot
thing
of
was,
bacon.
A lot of bacon.
Oh, yeah.
There was cookies. There was cookies, and you guys were just beating that dead horse of information known as Arya's mom, Tatiani Rington. And then after a hilarious encounter with a long cabbie and his horses, Quincy, Quinn, Quirky, and Fucked.
Good old Fucked. Super reliable.
You guys hopped on to the cab to discover Prince Merrick inside.
Could we say that we hopped on the fucked bandwagon?
Yes. And while on the fucked bandwagon, you guys quiz Prince Merrick about some things and gave you some information about his whole perspective on the war and the politics and the mysteries surrounding the rebels and his own government. You then made your way into a very complexly mechanized secret tunnel. Secret tunnel. Secret tunnel.
Through the mountain.
And finding yourself in this large room filled with all of these treasures, trinkets, weapons, suits of armor that looked like they were carved right out of obsidian, and with a whirring more mechanisms of cool hidden floor spaces. You guys climbed upstairs into the Brother House with Merrick and Lessick and Tydick and Clytus and Tiet, and I actually forgot one, so I'm going to have him walk. He's going to already have been there. And Yeshien, who is a Faucherian gentleman. So he's covered in full body coverings of cloths and stiffer armors decorated with stiffer.
Sorry.
Yeah. With
How do you spell his name? Sorry.
Yeshi hyphen ENN.
And he's a what cultured gentleman?
He's a Faucherian, so he is wearing a hijayarabi, which is a full body coverings decorated to the nines with just like hanging, dangling, clicking beads and some gems in places. He doesn't really fit the vibe of the rest of the Brotherhood. The rest of them are all kind of in like dark leathers. They've been out espionaging, and you come into the kitchen. Oh, also to discover Detective Siverin.
We saw her.
Merrick's inside man. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I'm just recapping stuff.
Yeah, sorry.
And Yeshien in the back, also just kind of standing sentinel, in his very flashy, completely body-covering vibe. Even you can't even see his eyes. Like he's got a veil that covers the top half of his face that he can see through, and then the rest of his face is completely wrapped and covered. Right. Well, good to see you're all on the right side of things.
Hi.
Hello. Yeah, we've been here for a minute.
No, I know, but like us walking in and seeing you was kind of a surprise.
Oh yeah, understandably so.
Yeah. Cool. I don't really know what are we doing here, like.
Oh, it's the safest place in the whole city to have a conversation.
Found them all.
Don't have them all, love.
Yeah, that's nice wainscoting.
And it's a big kitchen. There's like marble countertops, lavish cupboards. It goes on for, it's a kitchen for 8 cooks for sure. And it's just at this point it's the easiest way to measure stuff.
That's a big kitchen.
So, right. Merrick's kind of already walking out of the room with his bottle of wine after their big kiss. And the rest of the Brotherhood is also sort of like toweling themselves off from the snow and moving out of the kitchen space.
Yeah, right. So, do you mind getting us up to speed here? What's going on?
Well, Merrick and I have been best mates, other than maybe him and Lassic, since we were wee little children. That blossomed to romance. I ended up in police. He ended up still being the king's son, and right, relationships not really sanctioned, and you know, certain beliefs of our own have led us to be working together.
That makes sense.
All you need to know is I work for the police, but I also am assisting the Brotherhood to help them figure out what's been going on with all their shit.
Is there anything, I guess, detail-wise to get us up to speed with what has been going on? Anything, any leads, any details, anything that might be
Well-
illuminating?
Merrick would have cut you up a little bit in the cab. Sorry about Owen. Owen was the other one.
Yeah.
And he's just built like a barrel. Looks like a dwarf, but is a human. You met Owen's horse.
All of them, yeah. They're very nice.
Well, it was just the one was his. He stole the other three.
Ah,
Yeah, oh, in the cab. They had to pick you up.
right.
Gotcha.
Correct.
No, it's just fucked.
Sure was.
Do you know
Happy
what
name.
Project Circle Prince is? Have you
No.
found anything about that?
Other than some missives passed here and there with some kind of cagey code, not really been able to decipher what that's going on about. A bit of the speculation among us now is she's leading you guys out of the kitchen, and it leads out into this dining area that then immediately left hand turns into this massive sitting room. And
Whoa. Okay, wait, so these little cipher things aren't from these guys?
No.
they're not ours, no.
They're rebel.
they're from the
They're
rebels?
from the rebels.
Ah.
The Brotherhood
These guys aren't the
is
rebels.
no.
So I was teeing this up for Krista in the car earlier. We were talking about that YouTube video I was watching, and you guys have been just riding this line between Dorelium and the Rebels for a long time. I kind of gave you a third option, which is like Merrick's been queued up as the aggressor towards the king, and he's also now trying to figure out like how not to be him and his group, how to not be the scapegoat for whichever side comes out on top. So I was trying to give you guys a little bit more wiggle room here if you wanted to do anything with it. Hey, so you've been catching those missives a little bit. As you come into the sitting room, there are just lavish velvet couches, chairs, tables, art on the walls that looks like it's worth millions of gold that has just kind of got dust and cobwebs all over it. The place looks like it hasn't been upkept by anybody in a while. Like, they're all living here at the moment while they're doing their inner city sleuthing, but nobody's bothered to, like Lessick flops on a couch and you just see all this dust come up around him. He just kind of rubs it off of his face and kind of crosses his legs, looks like he's going for a nap. Project Circle Prince, we thought at first had something to do with framing of Prince Marik.
Yeah, that's what we kind of thought too.
Right. Well, it's a bit of a suggestive name.
Yeah.
We still suspect it has something to do with inside the city walls,
Okay.
seeing as it's the Circle City. But we think that there was a different, the assassination attempt on the king was a different event. And we're not entirely sure, us, the Brotherhood Knight, if it was even designed to make an attempt on the king's life.
Oh.
Well, you've seen him.
Yeah.
There's something magical going on within his body.
Right.
We think maybe they were trying to enlighten the king in some way, shape, or form.
Oh.
Turn him to their side, influence his mind, his body. Hard to say. The king's he used to be more outspoken. but in these last 6 months, his voice has definitely died down a bit in his speaking out against the war. There's still active investigations and wartime events going on for sure, but the king's gone subtly quiet.
Quiet in the sense of, like, his opinions seem to be maybe a little more rounded off at the edges, or
It's hard to see. He might still just be afflicted by whatever ails him.
right, yeah.
But you got close enough to him. You had to have seen those magical scars. They've dissipated only a wee bit. They still pervade his form.
Do we know if it's all over his body, or if it's just his face, or is that just immaterial?
Well, I know that they are, in fact, all over his body because I've been on his special investigation squad for quite some time. For a while before the banquet that the assassination attempt was made at, I was personal bodyguard to the king, myself and my detachment, or my investigative crew. After that, it's become a literal witch hunt.
What do you make of the other day with Balgar at the wall?
Well, knowing, or having told you what I did, I can tell you more now that Prince Merrick has invited you into our circle of confidence. If Merrick says that he's a man of his word, and that the wall will fall, I believe him.
Huh.
Longtime friend of the king, Belgar was, before joining the other side.
And we have 3 days to stop it. Or figure out what's gonna happen.
Well, I suppose that brings up an interesting point, right? Like,
Hopefully.
where do you fall? I mean, now that you're in the same position we are, that we kind of caught in the crossfire here between two sides. Like, where do you and the Brotherhood stand with something like that?
Every single person in this room, present company, your party excluded, stands with Merrick. He has a vision for a better Dara, a better Duralium. No more slavery, no more persecution against religion, perhaps even encouragement of it. I myself don't fall so much down the religion side of things, but I believe there's a better way. And I will fight with Merrick to my last breath to see this conflict, just the war itself, come to an end. 20 years. I was a child when this started. It's unfathomable. Too many have lost family, friends.
Yeah. War. Good
Richard.
gods. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. I'll say it again.
I was about to quote Fallout. War never changes. That was good, though.
Thank you.
It's at this point, there's like a... as people are popping ale bottles and corks are coming out of other bottles.
Great cork sound.
Okay.
Thank you. I practiced because I heard Matt Mercer's, and then I spent a day in the mirror like, how do I make my mouth do that?
Can I have one?
Tiet just like overhands a bottle.
Oh.
Make a dex check.
Oh, okay.
It's like, just don't have a...
Dex
don't
check or save?
check. Just don't roll a nat one.
Oh, thank goodness. No, it was like a 21.
You catch the bottle, pull
Nice.
the cork out. I like it. I've been working on that noise for a long time. I knew I was going to need it today, too.
It's good.
Thanks. Yeah, guzzle up. You got yourself a bottle of Whizgo right there.
Nice.
So, basically, Merrick says now he's kind of got his fake hair and stuff pulled off, and he's flopped in a chair again, just dust coming out of the cushions. Basically, we need to figure out if the rebels are capable of breaching the wall, which I believe they can be, how? How can we mitigate the loss of life? What are their intentions after the fact? And how do we keep myself and my family, as he gestures around the room to his brothers, free from a fire, like a, would you call it a firing squad if it was crossbows? I don't know.
Probably.
A Boeing squad. Boing. You're always so intense, Corey.
I'm in character.
I know,
She's
you're
very
so intense.
stoic.
Yeah, I guess do you have any other insight on to how they can potentially bring the wall down?
Well, magical means. Sivrin kind of pops a squat next to Merrick.
I mean, I'm sure they've had chances before and it hasn't happened, so what's different this time?
Subterfuge. Espionage. Something within our own walls.
What was that first word?
Subterfuge. It's a special
Fudge?
It's a special kind of fudge that is made
Explosive.
Explosive fudge? Like explosive, like
They call it
the
a
flavor,
shitstorm.
or explosive, like after. Okay. Do you have any?
in. No, subterfuge means through sneaky means.
Oh.
Devious, deceptionary means of. Go ahead, Brett.
Sorry.
It's all good.
I've been trying the slow burn approach, and I don't know if it's working. So.
Might as well get it over with quick and then, yeah, we're good.
A full-blown assault against these walls, magical or otherwise, has not succeeded in 1,000 years. There's no way, given any force of man, humanoid kind, that they could breach our outer walls. That's where we think the threat's from the inside. I do have additional information that I have not shared with the police. Something that we've been trying to root out on our own, but we don't have some of the ties quite necessary. You, for example, we've noticed you're a bit versed in some of the subtle gestures.
I know some stuff.
Right. Well, we saw you talking to the Coopenscoons. Leslick's been on you most of the day.
Oh.
No one sneakier. He'll be able to help keep other tails off of you going forward for the next couple of days.
Fucking Jada. Anyway.
That cat one, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, what's with Cadmus also?
Falconer. Lessick managed to swipe this back for you, and she hands you your pipe back.
Much thanks for that.
Because Jada managed to pickpocket you while she was drunk. Or while she seemed drunk. Yeah, so I removed it from your inventory. You'll have to add it back.
Okay.
Pipe like pipe or like
Smoking
what?
Yeah, like
pipe,
a smoking pipe. Here's a lead pipe.
Crack pipe.
Yeah. So the Coopenscoons are a good place to start. They definitely know more than they're letting on, and perhaps with some of your influence, they might be able to point you a direction. But I myself and the Brotherhood, we can't approach them. We can't. I've sent people to try and be a little bit more subtle. Mel, my right hand, she's also on our side. She's gone in the past. No uniform, zero guile. Zero guile. Anyway, nothing. There's also Brando and Jevsfar. Hooper.
Pooper? Oh. Sorry, Brando?
Brando and Jevsfar.
Opportunity to go Marlon and Brando.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Okay.
Brando and Jevsfar Hooper.
Yep.
They run the Trade and Saver, an import-export company. We know they're involved in some way, shape, or form They seem like they're a rung higher than the Coopenscoons. I've left them off my lists. I haven't interrogated them in any way in case an opportunity like this came along, that anybody with some outside influence might be able to convince them to reveal what Circle Prince is, how it pertains to the Red Tide Rising, whatever that is. And we know that they report to someone of the code name Emerald.
Which
We have a theory.
Well, I'm all ears.
Well, I mean, it's just a theory.
I've got more ears on me now.
Well,
Anything that can help.
I would rather
I've shown you a
Yeah.
great deal of trust.
concrete proof before
I don't know what that word means.
Throw
I've shown
it.
you great.
stone proof.
stone proof.
I've shown you great trust. Merit came to me even after word from Silas and Salem, but I saw something in y'all. If there's anything you can share, I'm willing to trade information. Anything to resolve this. I don't want to see thousands of people in this city butchered and destroyed.
Either do we, but I don't think it's my place to say.
Whose place is it then?
We think the Emerald is my father.
Interesting. Guess it's a bit on the nose with his hair and all. Guess they wouldn't expect you to think it's him if he looks like an emerald. That's clever. Suppose that makes you Sapphire then?
Yep.
Only just caught word of some missives talking about your return to the city. Thought you might have been somebody else. More power and influence. Fucking about.
Well,
Interesting.
like I said, it's just a theory. We have no
Oh, of
proof.
course. Taking it all with a grain of salt at the moment. There's a lot going on.
I mean,
If it's true, no ill will on our side. We just want to sort out what's going on.
when we left baking with my mother, she also whispered in my ear to go see the Hoopers. So that kind of
Alright, that kind of...
collaborate or
True.
interweaves that
Corroborates.
connection.
Corroborate would be the word,
Yeah.
Well, that's a bit more intriguing, isn't it?
Do we know much more about the Hoopers, or is it still cryptic?
Like I said, they run the trade in Savor. Import-export business. They ship out materials sort of all over. Construction, fabrics, timber, both coming and going. They're just a nice couple. Sort of on the eastern outskirts of the inner wall.
Easy to smuggle things in or out.
Right about there.
Oh. North.
Wait, no.
That's
East.
the west.
East. My bad. I'm looking at it upside down. They're kind of situated there. She gives you a little hand-drawn map.
It's easy to smuggle things in and out if you run an import-export business.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Definitely.
That's classic tomfoolery right there.
Definitely our first thought as well. But for the life of us, no idea what it could be. Everything that goes through them goes through customs if it's leaving a district. Make sure you can grease some palms, but only so many soldiers are willing to take a wee bribe
It's true.
for the sake of their country, especially in war times.
I hate to do it, but if we drop your parents' name, maybe that'll give us a little bit of clout with them.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. And I mean, I can always telepathically talk to them too and drop my parents' name.
I mean, if you
Well,
are
I
your
would try
parents,
and glean some surface thoughts, maybe.
Yeah, that too. That is marble and
Everything's on
schematic,
fire.
though, so
We've been
that's
discovered.
nice.
I guess it is the dungeon. Yeah.
Well, you guys are in like a sitting room at dusk.
Oh yeah, it's a house.
It's a
took the
Underground.
scenic route.
Yeah.
it's a mansion.
Or
Like
is it
it's
up?
it's about as big as your guys'
Is it
keep.
above ground?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You guys came up above ground.
Every sewers and
Yeah,
then
yeah.
up into-
Every curtain and shutter is drawn. Like there's just candlelight in here, and they're doing their
Oh.
thing. The place has already been inspected for them once, but nobody really expects them to be there because, well, nobody expects us to be here because why would we be at a place where we live?
True.
Plus, we have tunnels leading out of this place going in every direction.
And the engineering to hide it all if you need. It's quite impressive.
And it was built here a few odd hundred years ago. Some eccentric lord. When I was coming up in my training, it was the place my father gave us to house our, I suppose, to mask our miscreant behaviors when we were in our younger, more upstart years.
It's good. I like it. It's very stealthy.
Somebody want to drop a line to the group chat, just see if Quinn remembered.
Do you think this
What time of day is it, sorry?
Dawn.
It was dusk.
dusk?
Oh,
So
They
it
sound
was-
the
Because
same.
we were gonna go
Not
and,
really.
and talk to the Coopenscoons.
Yeah, so it got very cloudy and snowy when you guys were leaving your parents' place, I believe. There was some kind of weather happening.
Yeah.
And you got picked up at by Merrick at about, I want to say like 4:35,
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
and you had plans to go and meet back with the Coopenscoons sometime after 8. They said they worked 8 to 8.
Okay. And we were meeting them at their house? I don't remember.
I think it was right. Because they said they were going out to do their job, and then they said we'll be back at 8.
Yeah.
For tea or coffee or something like that.
Yeah.
That's what they say. Yeah.
I don't think they meant that. I think they were actually meaning something else.
Yeah.
Probably.
Right.
Because they don't run a tea shop.
Right.
They run like,
Ice cream.
I forgot. Ice cream, yeah. Tea ice cream.
Tiak at this point has, you've watched him roll up this really fine sort of tobacco looking leaf. It's almost like a cabbage leaf in its length. And he flicks this little wooden stick that lights up, and he starts to suck in this and exhale this really silvery wafting smoke that starts to fill up and gather around the candle lights in the room.
Cigarillo?
You know what these are. These are crochet leaves.
Oh, right.
They're basically a cigarillo. He gets up, goes over, hands it to Merrick, who starts to puff on it, and then Tiet sits back down, starts to roll himself one.
Crochet leaves is like, yeah, it's like tobacco, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's basically like a little single leaf rolled cigarillo.
It's good.
And you know too that because you grow crochet trees in
Right.
Twilight Forest. They're pretty expensive. They're like a gold, sometimes 2 gold per leaf.
Not unlike outside these 4 walls in the world. It's expensive shit. It's expensive shit.
Severin, what's your take on Ricky Saws?
Ricky Sauce made Inquisitor by the skin of his teeth.
Okay.
He's a bit of a joke.
Okay.
He means very well. Let's just say his younger brother was probably the one that got most of the talent in the family.
We can vouch for that, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, fuck, I nearly forgot. Here, I actually... and she hands you the cipher that Cadmus had. I pickpocketed him when we were leaving.
Oh.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. I didn't suss out any of it, though. Just whatever he told you.
Severin pickpocketed him?
Yeah.
Nice.
Impressive.
Impressive. So who hired Cadmus? The king himself?
I'm sort of part of a party that he's got quite a reputation.
Yeah.
And I have to make it look like I'm doing the best for my country.
I mean, that's fair. I get it.
I've heard he's a bit ruthless.
Yes.
And he's come into town this time. Normally it's just him and Jada that we've hired once in the past, heard of by reputation. He's come in with a couple of extra blokes this time around.
Yeah, we saw one of those.
There's the dark-eyed fellow.
Yeah.
We weren't there.
Oh,
That was just Falconer who saw the Dartide.
oh, right. It was just Falconer. Right.
So we have no idea what's a Dartide.
Bruce.
That's Bruce.
I
yeah.
feel like have I, as Arya, ever seen a Dartide?
Yeah, she got tattooed by one.
tattoos
Oh,
in
yeah,
Ciara.
I
And
forgot
then you
about that
guys
guy.
leg
Yeah,
wrestled,
yeah, yeah.
or Rostin and you leg wrestled to show the Dartide how to leg wrestle Zodel. And then Rostin was like, "Oh, we'll just show him how it's done," and then he yeeted you across the room.
Yeah.
That was in that was in
That was in Ciara.
Dongradel on the coast.
Yeah.
When you guys went to
Forgot about that, yeah.
Dongradel.
you guys
No.
went to the
Bird nest or the nest? The nest?
The Falconer's
Falconer's.
Nest.
Yeah, that was the
Falconer's
day.
Nest, yeah.
I think that was either the day of or the day after you guys went to Falconer's Nest.
What a party.
It was a good time.
Okay, so there's a Dartide guy.
Right, and there's just a regular old human.
I was gonna make that tougher.
Yeah.
Just that down the middle human.
I know the Dartide's name. Hold on. His name's Lethal.
Huh.
So
How
when
many
I,
guys?
when I wrote up Dartides, and most of you would know this, they choose their name when they come of age, and their names are always cocky. Like the guy who tattooed Zodel, he named himself Precision.
Right.
Right? So they kind of name themselves after what they think they're the best at. The human, I'm not sure. We've seen him come in, well, humanoid, human size, human shape. He's been a little bit more aloof, fits in
Tony.
around here a little bit better since, Tortle, Tabaxi, Dartide, but stand out a bit.
That's a lot of odd shapes, isn't it?
Yeah, you
Do you
don't
know-
not notice them.
Do you know how much investigating he's been able to suss out?
Well, you guys got here this.
Information.
You guys got here the same day. He came with that cipher.
Yeah.
Where he's been since then, I've only got so many eyes and ears,
Fair.
and most of them are in this room.
Would you say that his true MO or mission is what we've all seen, or is there something more nefarious going on, do you think?
As far as I know, Cadmus works for a paycheck.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah. We picked that up as
He's
well.
here for the gold, and he's going to do probably anything in his power to get paid.
That tracks.
So as far as what else he's been up to today, other than having one of his lackeys following you around, couldn't tell you. Until he reports in the morning. And who's to say if anything he tells me isn't also masqueraded. I can't imagine he'd be hiding too much. I'm gonna pee while you guys fill Quinn it.
Severin, would I be able to see that cipher?
Oh yeah, she handed it to somebody already, whoever wants it.
Can I try and
Yeah, make an investigation check.
cipher the cipher?
Guidance.
I'll help.
I'll pull up Rost in here too, because he's got good stats.
Yeah, he crushed that.
What was investigation you said?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, my fingerprint isn't working.
Yeah, Rostin's, he might be a fighter, but he's a fucking genius.
That's a 16.
16. You kind of just have the same words. What is this fucking thing?
We had circle prints and the risen.
Swamp's too far away.
Terminated circle prints.
Something about
And
the
the
terminated
Risen.
circle prints and something called the Risen. With a 16, you're deciphering those words. Right, come on, hand it over. Rostin Kriegstone, Detective Severin.
Is the Scottish accent the same or different? It's technically different.
It would be
Depends on
different. It'd be like
Roston's is harsher.
Yeah, it's like, there's just that slight delineation between Scottish and Irish.
Mm-hmm.
It's like and then like with that, then there's also the Newfie.
Right.
It's just like that. It's just a regional sort of country dialect.
Cadences, yeah.
He will also have guidance.
Great.
'Cause it's, yeah, look cast it again.
Investigation. That's a 12 plus 6.
Holy shit.
18?
I'm going to roll the guidance.
Plus a
for,
D4.
I'm going to roll the guidance for Gits and Shiggles because the DC was 18.
Oh.
4.
Nice.
22. Alright, this fucking thing says this. He just sort of scribbles it out and hands it back. He goes and kind of just sits, watches everybody with his scowled face.
Brooding eyes.
His brand new hammer just in his hands. He kind of just like grips it and occasionally rubs a hand along the top of the.
Starts tinkering with his gauntlets.
Hashtag hammer stroke.
Okay, so the full cipher decoded says lost last package.
Lost. Last. Package.
Probably the one we took.
Correspondence terminated until
Correspondence. Terminated.
terminated
Okay.
until Project Circle Prince
Until Project Circle Prince.
Has taken effect.
Has taken effect.
Do we think that the
The ri-
thing happening in a couple days is Project Circle Prince?
The risen be with us.
Be with us. Maybe.
I think the Risen could be the Killborn.
That's what my first thought was, yeah.
Some sort of whatever you're called.
Well, the Killborn's dropped on the edge.
What?
No, but here's the
Sorry to break it to you,
Yeah, we're really good at.
but not anymore.
Yeah. Have you, with some of the other messages, I mean, you mentioned Circle Prince before. Have you heard of anything, and you mentioned Sapphire and the Emerald and all of that. Have you heard about the Risen lately at all? Or at ever?
Some, if a good portion of the correspondence we've intercepted, mainly Lessick. He's, Lessick's just about as nimble as they come. 90% of the correspondence that we've picked up have not been reported to my superiors at the Silver Bastion. We've been trying to suss out, figure out if Project Circle Prince had anything to do with Matic or the Brotherhood, and many of these correspondence have been signed. The Risen be with us.
And has that been recent, like uptick in
Could
that
just be
type of
talking
verbiage,
about
or is
high
that
bloods in general too?
maybe? Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
not sure about
if it's
what
rebels,
that
it might
means.
also be talking about some sort of religious thing, maybe. Maybe it's like a god or something.
Well, I'm just curious because if the Risen has been used as verbiage for years, let's say, then obviously it's not what we're thinking. But maybe if it's a more recent uptick, then maybe it is.
Right.
Lessick has been pickpocketing some of these individuals going on, years.
And the
Fine.
Risen
So it
as
might not
a
be-
as a term
Well,
has been dated that far back.
The
would you
Risen
say?
as a term sometimes almost feels like a question. Like
Hmm.
there's an uncertainty to it.
Hmm.
Like he's with us, or will he be with us? We're not sure. Some of the ways it's been worded.
It's almost like a some kind of a deity or a.
Well, it seems like more of a hope than a statement.
That's interesting. And this latest one definitely
Well, yes,
keeps that
this,
consistent.
and the unfortunate thing is, whoever Cadmus got this off of. It's apparently gone to ground. No more correspondence from him, so we'll have to try other avenues.
What?
Falconer?
Oh, nothing.
Okay.
Nothing.
He's just in the corner tickling himself.
Okay. Well, should we go and talk with the Coopenscoons then?
Or the Hoopers, I don't know.
I mean, we've already been invited by the Coopenscoons. I think
Yeah, I
it's best
feel like
I suppose if we
should-
no-show, that wouldn't be a good look, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's cool hanging out, I guess.
Well, we'll send you out one of the... Sorry, this is now Merrick talking. We'll send you out one of our tunnels. We know where the Coopenscoons household is. We'll send you that direction. You'll come out in sort of a similar... less of a drainage tunnel, this time more of like an active sewer. I didn't
Great.
say the tunnels were great. I just said they were useful.
Oh, damn it. I don't have the belt. One of you guys can borrow it.
We
if
can get
need
you
to.
in the neighborhood. Most of these sewer covers are sort of sectioned off in areas where there's distance between houses, so that they're fumes and children falling in,
Totally.
cats. Yeah,
What is your relationship with the Coopenscoons? Do they know?
Oh, we just have information about them.
They
Based
don't
off
really
of,
know
well,
much about you. Or?
Based off of what Detective Siverin has told us about her investigations. Myself and the Brotherhood have only been back in town for a scant few weeks.
Right.
Okay.
Especially, and we've been hard pressed to keep our dealings secret, and we're down a few members with Silas and Salem back as Prince Regent in Alanoran. Regrets about their father. So we can give you a tunnel to traverse and keep those entrances secret.
Did they ever figure out what happened to their father and his ship?
Not at the last I heard. It's at this point, Tydick comes back in the room, and he's holding a pigeon and like unfastening a little note from its foot, and he reads it out. There's been sightings of rebel forces approaching a few days out.
Oh, shit.
There's been no reports from cities like Darina.
Does it say how big? Is it like massive armies or?
There's been some scouts gone missing, from the looks of things.
Uh,
Larger numbers. But I mean, they can't move in that larger numbers without being spotted.
well, I mean, they have magic.
I mean, true, but you can't hide 100,000 soldiers.
Not easily, at least.
Anyway, just it's odd they've come from Clickton. That's just a few days east of here. There's been no reports of pigeons from places further east, like Darina, or... It's odd. That's all I'm saying. Seems like Belgar's making good on his threats, as he...
I'll grab another.
Alright, he hands you the bottle. Just take the bottle, mate.
I'm waiting.
For the cork sound.
He already uncorked it, he handed it to you.
Oh,
Different bottle. Yeah, same.
You just wanted to hear the sound again?
I wanted you to be happy, bud.
Okay. So now I'm smiling. No, I fucked it up. I did good 3 times in a row. You guys get that.
Yep.
Sorry. That's a
One for the road.
one for the road.
It's a real
Just
chicken
don't,
beer.
don't get caught with those 8 seed.
Oh yeah.
You'll get flogged or worse.
She knows.
I'm just seeing. Nice guy. He's like brushing his blonde bangs back out of his face. He's a very handsome individual. Looks like the kind of individual that goes looking for chlamydia.
Ah, wow.
Yeah, in my book, he's definitely the whore of the Brotherhood. Oh, and so that was Tynick.
Sleep with it like anybody?
Are you asking the DM?
Not that I would. Just
Remains to be seen.
Agnes is trying to get back out there.
It is at this point. Tydick has come down with the pigeon. Clytus is coming in from the kitchen. And he has this very nice, buxom young lass on his arm that he's brought up through the tunnels. A little beauty mark on her cheek. Dark brown, kind of wavy hair, pulled back, and she's definitely dressed like a lady of the night. And she stops just for a second as she's giggling and talking with Clytus as they're about to go up the same staircase that Tydick just came down. And she stares at Arya for a second. Didn't know you love.
Maybe. Who are you?
Oh, Penny. This girl's actual name is Penny, not all the rift pennies that I've been throwing up in your past. You work at the castle?
Yeah.
Let's have a chat later. As Clyde is now going, oh, what's going on?
I've ever seen an NPC doing a history check.
I just,
Have I seen her before?
you have not.
Okay.
Not to your recollection.
And where do you work?
Oh, okay. Mother Maze.
Okay.
Just curious. She's now like being led up the stairs. We'll talk later, love.
Or you can talk to her. Maybe she knows Cadmus. Something. I don't know.
Okay. Can I like insight check her to see her like vibe of me? Like
Sure.
was she
Yeah, roll an insight
I
check.
will help.
You can each roll an insight check.
Weird transaction going on here.
like suspicious of me or like
She
kind
just
of
seemed-
just
Well, let's see what you roll.
was the vibe that I was wanting to 12.
Wow. Nice, Kinneros.
23.
What did Kinneros roll?
20.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20, 23. With a 12, Arya, you see she looks a little confused when she first sees you. You other two boys, goddamn. She looks. You see a quick myriad of expressions. You see confusion, elation, back to confusion, and then sort of to like a. Her eyes narrow a bit, like. I recognize you. Do you recognize me? And when she says, and Arya says no, she's then back to confusion. And then just curiosity.
What blend?
She definitely seemed like she knew you.
Yeah.
And then you just hear
Don't know who she is.
giggling
I've
upstairs.
obviously never been to
You know of Mother Maze.
Mother Maze.
It's the most.
I know
it's-
of it. I was
yeah.
saying I've never been there.
No, I'm saying even before you guys were told about it in investigation, it is the most prestigious whorehouse in town. Mother May, the lady who runs the place, is just a sexy MILF.
Do you want us to come back here, or like, are we welcome back here to stay
Oh, of
the
course.
night, or do we have to?
If we're all on the same page, sorry, this is Merrick. If we're all on the same page, you're more than welcome here. We have rooms abound.
Is there like a passcode?
If you know how to get into one of our secret entrances, then that's the passcode.
Good.
Okay.
I mean, we do.
If
yeah,
you show up at,
100%.
Lessick, and Lessick's already like digging something out of a little pocket. He's got a vest with so many pockets, you don't even know. And he literally just flicks these two keys over at Merrick, who snatches them both out of the air.
Nice.
When you get into our sort of a cellar area, I keep going Scottish, she's not Scottish, she's me. I'm me. These are the keys that drop the staircase. I think we only have one pair left after this, don't lose them. And worst comes to worst, and you have people tailing you, or you betray us in any way, every single tunnel we have is collapsible. So that's our safety net.
Cool.
Straightforward enough.
Yeah, a little bit of fire wine goes a long way.
We know it well. Yeah.
Urgh,
All right.
says Rasta.
Okay,
Well,
let's
go to
go
Coopenscoons, I
and
guess.
chat with the Coopenscoons.
All right, you guys-
I'll be right behind you guys.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Merrick aside.
Okay, everybody else goes into the kitchen. You are shown where the keyholes are in the kitchen space. You pop them in, and there's the as the stairs go down.
Do we have to use 2 keys at the same time? Did I understand that?
Yeah, it's like
Okay.
nuclear launch
Yeah.
code.
Okay.
Yeah.
You were saying that you haven't been getting any messages and stuff from out east because you think that he's been
We haven't
stopping the pigeons and
we haven't heard any missives from large cities. If there's an army on the eastern side of the country that's marching our way, this is the first we're hearing of it days out. Like, that's peculiar.
I myself was originally from Daria?
Darina.
Darina?
It's very like a lot of my shit's based on like Greek and Roman stuff. So there was always Alexander the Great. His first or his cities that he conquered were always just like sub names of his name. So Darina's the Alexandria of the world.
Yeah, I'm originally from there. See, the reason I wanted to talk to you is, how, because I know there's no magic here, do you have ways of fast travel,
A couple of good horses.
but no means magically, like no teleportation or anything like that?
As convenient as that would be, outlawed, banned, magic, religion, all of it.
Right.
Something I'm hoping to make a change to going forward.
Yeah. What I'm saying, you don't, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, have.
Oh, none of us present have the capability. It's a risky thing here. I've seen
Yeah,
children.
understandable.
I've seen children put to death for innate magical properties popping up.
Yeah.
It's something
Seen
I'm.
stuff like that too.
Something I don't stand for. I don't support. I'm hoping if all of this can be resolved in a manner where the fewest people die. I am hoping that I can influence the kingdom to start making a shift. It's 1,000 years of indoctrination, conditioning. It's at this point, it's almost like a genetic fear.
No, I know all too well. I was right there. As soon as I left Dara, it was like a veil being lifted.
I can feel that.
Yeah.
Some of the best times of my life, some of the best moments, the best adventures, the best times with my brothers have been outside of our borders.
All right. Well, yeah. I just thought if there was a quicker way that I could. There's something I need to deal with.
Well, if we can make peace with the rebels, perhaps you only have a scant few days to wait.
Yeah, maybe.
My goal is not more war, Magnus. Not for... I would fight that with every gold in the world, with every blade cast aside. I would end this with a handshake if I could. But I am not king.
Well, let's see what we can do for you then.
I look forward to seeing what possibilities lay in front of all of us. It is heartwarming to know I have more allies. To have people that are willing to risk for what could be an end to 1,000-year dynasty of oppression and slavery.
Yeah. I can't wait till I see the day.
He gives you a big clasp. Me too, Sergeant.
All right.
Falconer, I did have one thing quick before you leave.
Yes.
And he pulls you off into a little side room and closes the door behind you guys. Hold on, this is a big document. I gotta find where
99 God Scrolls.
no, it's just like everything in Dara I've got in one document. So I've got them all labeled and separated, but it's still a lot.
Blonde guys seem to
Intercept you.
ladies' man, huh?
Yeah.
He's gotta be careful. He might get some sort of disease.
Mm-hmm.
I suppose if he slept with someone that's a little dim, maybe he'll get like a slow clap.
That's the top shelf.
Sorry, I had to pull up Google Docs. Okay, so I'm familiar with some of the articles you keep with you. I'm familiar with Bodne Roske. He has visited me twice in my life. At one point, he visited me to impart a gift of his word. It gives me pause. It gives me a sense of concern. It aches me to wonder if perhaps my own government, people I have grown alongside, been trained by, been influenced by, might play some greater part in all of this. But I know that if anybody has anything to contribute to this, it would be you. And he goes over to the wall and he pounds it twice and you hear a little click. And then he grabs one of the candle sconces and this little compartment and a God Scroll rolls out. God Scroll
Fascinating.
3902. Let me scroll to that one. And you watch in utter fascination as he pulls it down and opens it with his bare hands.
And what?
He's got bare hands.
Stole your bare hands.
No.
And then he reads to you in perfect Celestial, almost seeming like he's not conscious of the fact that he's speaking a different language. Within the circle, there stands the Undying, the pre-essence, the variable that shifts what is and will be. Their plot has churned the dirt of the dust and allowed the planting of their seed. The great kingdom will know conflict. Does that mean anything to you, Falconer?
Fascinating. Utterly, utterly fascinating. I mean, let's see. That was 3902, you could say.
3,902.
I have scroll 3901.
Ooh.
I am intrigued.
Get your bare hands.
Yeah, I'll bring it out.
Okay.
Try and open it with your bare hands.
Is that part of the gift you got? Is to open them?
I don't understand.
How did you open it?
He rolls it up and then reopens it as if to demonstrate how it's done. It is a...
Can I just try it?
Sure. You grasp your scroll and you cannot open it without the magic.
Interesting. Would you like to read this one? I think it goes with yours.
I would be honored.
I'll just pass it to him.
Champion of the Scrolls. And again, he starts to speak as if he's just going into regular conversation, but you hear pure resonant celestial come out of his voice, out of his mouth. Champion of the Scrolls. Read these words with clarity of mind. Your hope is swelling with your victory over fire and storm, the recovery of your charge. But be warned, there is a shadow on your horizon. Several variables have come to exist within the flow of time. Events can only be seen up to their next incursion. And I write this page seeing the many faces of you who could be. One of you needs to intercede within the tear of the old prophet. One of you can find health and healing through a great rage. The twilight beckons. One of you can only burn under the sun. You will burn, but with great purpose. All of you must find that.
Keep going.
All of you must find that which is soul, soul eater, soul edge, soul spender. I know not to which of you I speak, but make no doubt, only one of these events belongs to you, the one who reads. Protect the one with hands of light. A variable follows. I think this is by far the longest God Scroll.
I was going to say, that was a lot to unpack.
That was 3901?
3901.
Yep.
Oh shit, okay.
How much of that were you able to discern before, Falconer? Just like
Oh,
half of it? Most of it?
No, I have them all translated.
Oh, like
Yeah.
word for word?
Oh, he's
Okay.
just been hoarding them. He's got
Yeah.
so many that he has all the he has all the information, and he's just like, these
Yeah.
are mine. Fuck you all.
That's
For
fine.
when they become relevant, which I feel like this one's become relevant.
yeah.
Yes.
Considering
Before
it
this,
mentions us.
Roske was writing, speaking of a divergence of sight, something he could not see. And in this, it's the same. He can't see past the horizon. But something's coming.
I only know a scant bit of history written as heresy in our libraries about the storyteller. Honestly, I learned more about him from our 2 visitations than I ever had in any book. So I'm trusting you to assist me. Well, I'm trusting you to interpret this any way you will.
What else did he speak of when he visited you?
He spoke of destiny, and he spoke of the pre-essences. Whatever that means, regards, I can't find a single reference to them in any book anywhere.
Is that something I've come across in all the books I've been reading?
Not you. I don't think, anyway. I know I gave you guys a lot of books at one point. But as far as
Yeah, that's fine.
as far as I remember, I don't think I've brought up pre-essences before, other than yours and my chat way fucking back, like,
Yep.
what was that, 8-10 months ago? It seems to me that This scroll speaks as if there are more of you. More guardians of the scrolls. Some of you seems like maybe not all of you have a happy ending.
That would track. I mean, I learned this from somebody who was a guardian, which I'm assuming he learned from his master and so forth. And these are such rare artifacts that, yes, I'm sure they're spread out and in the hands of many other people.
Well,
But I've never seen anyone else open one like that. It's quite fascinating.
it was a little jarring watching you pull a dead man's hand out of your backpack there just a second ago. Yeah, I don't know.
That's how I learned.
That's interesting. Up until hearing about you and your quest, I myself have only ever seen this and one other in my life. And the one other went into the deep with with an old friend of mine, the former banking Alvarin. His name was Gerald Marin. Don't question it. Alvarin Gerald Marin. I used to call him JJ. He had one on him, and I watched him tipped over the side of a ship while we were en route together by a woman clad in greys and Samites, who I've never seen again since. I dove as deep as I could to try and recover it, and was nearly lost at sea myself, but left abandoned by our ship. Actually, by Captain Blissell's ship, the Prometheia.
Fancy that. The mention of the circle concerns me. The scroll specifically says within the circle, and here we are looking for Project Circle Prince. I can't help but feel that that's a not coincidence.
I am of the same mind. Perhaps you and your companions can discover more on this evening or the ones to follow before Belgar decides to tear down our walls by whatever means he has in store.
We shall endeavor to do what we can. That much I promise.
Mm-hmm.
All of us together, I hope. And he clasps your arm then, too. And he takes the scroll and he pops it back up onto the little release board, snaps it back into place, and you hear a little chunk as it locks in, and the little sconce goes back up its half inch or so, and the mechanism unwinds.
Sometimes there must be a great calamity for something new to be born. I hope that that is not the case here, but have peace of mind that it's not your fault.
I'll have peace of mind when this conflict is behind us, and I can lead a once again free people into the modern world that isn't modern by Darren's making.
Keep to your word. You have an ally in me. I promise that.
Likewise, good friend. Captain. And then he leads you out of the room. You join up with your companions who are all down in this cellar just poking around, just like, man, they got a lot of cool shit down here. Lances and javelins and swords and sabers and weapons from other cultures. as Falconer comes clanging down the stairs.
Let's go.
Shall we?
We shall.
All right. Lessig deftly directs you. You notice Lessig doesn't speak. He uses Thieves' Cant a bunch, so Riordan understands him. But just like a lot of general sign language sort of things, and he's sort of like, okay, go to through the right-hand tunnel, down 2 blocks, left, right, straight on twice, up the ladder.
Did anyone else other than me understand what he was trying to say?
They got the general gist, yeah, because he's using sort of it's like a mixture. You got all the fine details. It was just like, okay, 500 meters straight, you'll come to another intersection, another 500 meters straight, T intersection, but there's a service ladder. Everybody else is just getting, okay, you said go forward once, then right once, left once, straight twice.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a subtle mixture of sign language, general just like mute giving directions, and then like you and him have a full conversation.
Okay.
You
Let's
carry on
follow
down the
his
way.
directions, yeah.
Takes you about half an hour.
Is he leading us, or is he just kind of?
Oh, he
pointing
just
in
gave you
one-
directions and he went right back upstairs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not getting too far from Merrick and the rest of the Brotherhood in this space. As they said, they have been investigated once already, and then now they're just kind of keeping a low profile on the interior. Yeah, takes you about a half an hour. You walk through what is clean tunnel to start, and then you come out of one of these intersections where now you've got to take a turn, and it dips down about 5-6 feet into what is the drainage of sewage proper. And you plug your noses, cover your mouths, and you start trudging. And then you come to a ladder. At this point, 7:30, 7:45, getting pretty close to your meetup time with the Coopenscoons.
Yeah, we should go over.
Yeah.
You climb the ladder. Who's leading?
Is there like a manhole cover on the top of
Oh,
it?
big one. Yep. It's
So not me, because I'm not strong.
probably 2 to 3 times the size of a actual modern, like, our world manhole cover.
I'm not
And
going.
it's graded too, so like liquid can get through
Right.
if it rains.
I would assume, given that I understood the instructions the best, that I'd probably be at the front or close to the front.
Sure.
I'll also, I mean, I'm not going to be at the front, but I can help with the grade.
Sure. Riordan and Zodell can make a strength check to lift the grate.
Okay. I don't.
What'd you get?
Do it with advantage.
Oh! Yeah. I can.
Yeah, give her. Yeah, you got way better strength than I do.
Oh, yeah, there we go. 18.
18. Cool.
Great roll.
As you go to push, it
Killing the bad
chung-
jokes tonight.
it cha-chunks, and then you just do a quick investigation. Oh, there's a little like latch. It's not locked or anything,
right.
but you ding, and this little lever, and then as you push up, you could have rolled a 2 because this thing
Oh.
is on springed hinges that
Oh.
then pops up out of the way.
Well, there we go.
The designers and mechaneers of Durelium guys, they engineer the fuck out of stuff. Engineering versus magic.
I assume we're like not coming out on a main road or something.
No, so how these were described was they're sort of little square plots off of residential and business areas where they're sort of fenced in as a means of access for rain to cascade into these and help clear out sewage, but also so that you can't just have kids and animals like going in and fucking around with manhole covers, and also so that they're a little bit offset from businesses and homes so that there's not always just like a sewage smell right by your bedroom window.
Gotcha.
So they are concealed, and this is why they've made such good secret tunnels for the Brotherhood over the years, especially in their younger years when they were clumsy in their training, is you can pop out of one of these things and you got yourself a minute to tidy up and rub some fucking plants on you to get the sewage shit off before you hop a fence and fuck off.
Cool.
How big's the fence?
Negligible. 6 foot.
Yeah. Alright.
Could I have like turned into a salamander or something so I could like run on the wall instead of charging through the sewage?
Yeah, absolutely.
Sweet.
You've been a salamander for the last half an hour. Little blue baby.
Yeah.
Little blue baby salamander.
Yeah.
Aw.
Because I assume like the sewage would be up to my neck.
At this point, because it's winter and there's been pretty steady snowfall, it's stayed quite liquid.
Yeah.
So
But like still deep.
it'd be closer to knee height on you.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah.
not bad.
No, everybody else has poopy shoes for sure.
Yeah.
you would have poopy shoes and pants.
No,
Shoes?
I'm salamandering the
Yeah,
wall.
no, that's, or you can just ride on somebody's shoulder.
Nah, that's
Okay.
not as fun.
Your hands stink, but they ain't. Other than that, they're. I mean, you're not coated in poop.
Yeah.
You guys pop up. Somebody can make a. Actually, Xander can make a survival check. So you have your Outlander feat, or your Outlander background.
Yeah. What is that wouldn't give me anything, would it? It's just.
I think you just have proficiency in
Yeah, pretty
remembering where you've been.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So
So give me a roll.
for what did you say?
Survival.
Survival.
Plus 4, 17.
Yeah, immediately Zodell just is like, that way.
What he said. What I said. What I said. What she said.
You said what he said, and you pointed at this random bystander just smoking a pipe on his porch. Alright? I didn't say shit.
Go to bed. It's bedtime. I don't know.
That's not fucking bedtime yet. You let your slave talk to everyone this way. And I give her a flogging.
Give you a flogging.
Oh, sorry, sir. Oh, wait, are you in captain's uniform? You're not, are you?
No.
Just in regular
Make an intimidation check.
armor. His regular armor.
He's still pretty intimidating.
Set 17.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
I would have turned
That's
back
what I
into
thought.
myself before popping out of the thing.
All right, you're yourself with smelly hands.
You spit on Isabel's shoulders.
Nah.
Yeah, that would have been way
It's way
easier.
funner to just be like, I'm on the ceiling.
Yeah.
Look at me, guys. I'm upside down. As you're telling everybody in your in their brains. You guys walk toward the Coopenscoons' house.
Do we know if it's like a bit of a jaunt? Should we like take a carriage or?
Oh, like 5-minute walk.
Okay.
Done.
You walk over, front door, back door.
I mean, they invite us for tea. Should we go both? I don't know how suspicious they are of us.
I
Probably
mean,
not.
you were signing to them, so they know that
I guess, yeah. Okay.
They
Front
know.
door.
Why
we
don't
can just go in the
why don't
front.
we keep some sneaky people around to keep watch? We don't all need to go in.
True, it is a small person house.
That's what I recommended earlier, yeah.
But
So maybe we say Riordan and Kinneros keep an eye on things. That way you can.
How sneaky you feeling
you know,
tonight there, mate? Good talk.
I don't think they heard you.
You feeling kind
I'm
of
thinking
sneaky?
you guys got good ranged stuff. to
Yeah.
Hit people with
Yeah.
if we need.
Yeah.
That's a good idea.
Keep Rustin with you too. It's not like he talks all that much.
Yeah.
yeah.
Fair.
Just don't let him run around because he's not very stealthy.
He's clunky.
He's got to stay in one place.
Let's give him some puzzles.
Yeah. Give him a Rubik's Cube.
Huh?
Fired him up.
All right.
Front door, back door?
Front door.
Front door.
Keeping some people on the outside watching.
All right, yeah, no, as you come up, there's a city guard standing at the front door. Oi! You the lot was talking to the Coopenscoons earlier.
Correct.
Alright. Oi, Gerald! And you see this guy, like, poke his head through their little side alleyway. Yeah, they're up front. Alright. You hear a little jostling of armor as he jogs around the little block. Right. We've got to bring all you in for questioning.
Why?
Never you mind why. Come with us.
Gentlemen, we have a authorization from the deputy commissioner, whatever, one of the detectives. Here's the
Severin.
piece of paper. It's basically a warrant.
The guy that's out front with you guys, as the other guy's jogging around, he grabs you by the shoulder. Enough of that lip there, lad. And you hear in your head, stop talking and fucking come with us.
Well, that's right, guys. We should just go with them. They know what they're doing.
That's right.
What?
We're
Falconer?
just upholding the
He
law.
doesn't. Why is he backing down so fast? That's.
Falconer, what's going on?
Just
You're usually more
Trust me.
persuasive.
Yeah, this is weird for you.
not my best day. What can I say?
They, the one still grabbing Falconer starts to lead the rest of the party, and the other one brings up the rear.
You can take your hand off him. Chill.
That's enough out of you, miss.
Don't
It's
tell me
alright,
what to
I
do.
can handle myself.
Yeah, he
Thank
says he can handle himself. Come on now. Wanted for questioning. Let's go. And they start to march you guys off down the street. You walk for a block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, just in a straight line. You get to your next intersection and you hang a left, and they immediately pull you guys into an alley and in through a back door. Now you're standing in a tavern. Well, the back portion of a tavern. Suddenly these guards just look like regular Joe Blows.
Joe Blow? Is that you?
Brown leathers, brown pants, both male, long one male, one female, long brown hair. All right, let's go get a drink, he says as he pats you on the back. And he leads you out into the tavern and up to the bar. Yeah, let's make it it's one for
There's
the lot of
7
us. Right. Yeah, the usual. Come on, madam. Right, and they pay for your drinks.
Nice.
Oh, we've got a private room upstairs. Come on, come with us. Yeah.
Insight check.
Make an insight check.
That'll help. I'm probably.
Nat 20.
That's funny. These people who they were, and now they're bought you drinks. They seem like they are trying to be as covert as possible, using some sort of ability they have at their disposal, leading you
I
from
mean,
one
like-
place to another.
Does it seem like they're gonna take us in the room and be like, okay? Or are they gonna like
I mean,
talk to
it's
us?
2 on 7.
Admittedly, I'd like to see them try. I'll go with it.
Yeah. Right, look, come on, you. We got a private room upstairs.
You want to tell us who you are?
No, you know who we are, lovely pinches your cheek. Come on now.
You don't have to do that.
You know who we are. Come on, don't be silly. I'll lead you upstairs. Alright, we're all doing this voice. And they walk you to the end of this hall full of rooms, and at the end there's a large, like, sitting room, entertainment room, borderline conference room. There's no beds, but there's room for a lot of people to mingle. The little VIP section with no windows or just the one door going in and out. Alright, come on, we go and have a drinks in private. Gerald gets the door there. He's
I was
all right.
sitting today.
And then as the door closes, they both suddenly morph back into their gnomish selves. You people are so troublesome.
That was so cool.
Thank you.
Watch me, watch me. I'm gonna do what they just did. I'm gonna turn into a gnome.
I mean, okay,
Tall gnome.
Yeah.
okay.
Yes. Oh.
You just running down the street, flashing basically gang signs at us while we're on our way to work. Who?
I mean, it worked.
Who sent you? Why didn't we just get the regular missive?
Huh? Oh,
The Emerald?
There's some downstairs tavern noise there, Signor.
The missive was taken.
Has unfortunately met a timely demise. We're the backup, you could say.
You can each make a deception check if you want. No, but not everybody. Sorry, Falconer and Magnus both said falsities.
well, I mean, does Falconer know he's saying falsities? We saw one die.
On the other side of the city.
Well, I mean, we don't know how many there are here. Maybe he thinks
What am I
he's-
doing?
Well, you said you
Deception.
Deception?
yeah, deception.
That is that's 19 minus 1, 18.
18.
Dirty 20 on mine.
They got Dan. Where did they get him?
in an alley.
It's always an alley. All right. Well, did you get his paperwork? Did he have anything to send to us?
Sort
And
of.
honestly, whoever trained you, they need to do better. You or just
I'm
out
rusty.
there,
I'm rusty, all right.
She's not from around here. It's not her fault.
just waving like that dance, the YMDA.
Dun, 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 dun.
Can you hear anything?
Okay, you just come at us in the street. What are you? What's going on? We've been doing our job.
Little too well you've been doing your job. You've got eyes on you from all over the place.
We've had eyes on us for 15 years. We know what we're doing. They're never going to find anything.
Well, they may have this time.
If they'd actually found something, we would either be getting flogged, hanged, or our limbs cut off of us and not be talking to you right now. That Detective Siver, and I've seen her do crazy shit to some of the people that they've captured and brought in.
Like, what?
Like hangings and floggings and having shit cut off of your body.
And it was like, her.
Well, her department.
Oh. Oh,
They have
damn.
hired outside investigators now. I don't know if you've heard of.
Oh, we're aware. We watched you guys take out distract that cat lady earlier today. While she was prowling around.
Her party means business.
Yeah. That much was obvious. Well, like I said, we've been doing this for a long time. I don't know what's is this like a sort of a spot check investigation? I don't understand. Everything's
wanna make sure
set
that
up. Everything's good to go.
And we want to make sure that it stays that way before everything goes down in 3 days.
There's 31 days in this month.
Inside check.
December. Yeah.
It is
4
the,
days.
It's the night of the 27th.
Yeah.
Yeah, make an inside check.
See if they. Looks like they know anything about this wall breachy thing that's happening in a couple days.
Yeah.
16 altogether.
16. Yeah, they seem like they know a lot of stuff. They're just being a little tight-lipped because they don't know you people.
We're from the outside. We're obviously, familiar with the whole rebel thing, but we just need to check up on the project.
Jeez, keep your voice down. And one of them goes and peers through the keyhole, looking out. Yeah, oh man. Listen, if anybody busts in here, we're gonna be the whores, okay? We'll be the whores. You guys pretend to be, I don't know, a gangbang situation. This is highly irregular. We're just.
People know I'm thinking about it. I'm gonna stop thinking about it. I don't like that.
Listen, we just need to go through the chain and make sure there's no leaks along the chain. So whatever messages you were supposed to get and give, where were they supposed to go?
How is a chain is naturally leaky? That's a bad analogy. There's no leaks. There's no leaks. We occasionally let the little, the missive slip here and there, let the police think that they're onto something. Other than that, everything's tight as a drum.
Magnus, you have the one cipher thing?
I do, yeah.
The first one that we got.
Mhm.
Yeah. I will hand that to them since we already know what it says.
We're gonna tell them what it says, just to like.
Well, I'm just gonna hand it to them. They should know.
No. If you didn't think you had leaks, how did we get this?
Hold on. I gotta find it. There's a lot going on this page. Oh, there it is. Fire returning emerald quest for several crimes may delay. Maintain drop on schedule unless instructed otherwise. Okay, well this is shoddy, to say the least. I'm impressed you've deciphered it. But still, this was written in haste. Somebody wrote this like on a table to give to somebody. I don't know. Sapphire returning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Well, that's not a problem. There's drop maintain that. I mean, it sounds like one of our individuals was just passing on a message to another individual.
Well, it wasn't passed to them because we took it.
Well, let me guess, they're dead.
Yes, from this other professional crew.
Well, maybe if he hadn't
That's
stole
been
his
hired.
paperwork, he wouldn't be dead right now, and we would still have an ally within the city. Did you ever think of that?
I don't.
Who did you guys say you were again?
I'm with the rebels. Yeah.
Or you were trained to seem like you're in the rebels and you're just bad at it?
Well, either way, I'm bad at it. Why do you have to make fun of me for it?
Because we're in the capital city of this country that's fighting the rebels.
Okay, we get it.
Listen,
I haven't had a lot of time to practice around here.
I'm sorry, I hurt your feelings. You looked like a big girl, I thought you could take it.
I can take it.
I fucking love her.
Listen.
Or is it the guy talking? I'm not sure. It's a very amorphous voice.
Oh, they look identical right now.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. They're exhibiting some sort of polymorphic or shape-changing ability that is
Yeah.
inherent to them. I don't know. Everything's fine. Our last drop to Emerald went fine. We saw him last night.
You dropped to Emerald. Interesting.
Last night you say, huh?
Oh, now I'm very suspicious of that. That's cool. You know what? I'm not a fan of how this conversation's going.
What's your dad's name again?
Normir?
You mean Norbert, right?
I don't know his name. I just know his code name.
Oh.
Wouldn't be much good if we just went around running everybody's names now. Great, that's awesome. I'm glad that I know his name. So if I get interrogated, I have something to give up. Does she do all your talking?
Generally, no.
I mean, no offense,
Well-
darling, but this is. It seems like you guys are out of your depth here. I'm
Listen,
not gonna lie.
We're on your side. Mean no harm. Just trying to gather facts is all.
At this point in the game, you should have all the facts that you guys need. If you're some last-ditch effort that they've sent in from the outside to try and help out, trust me, you're not right now. You're not instilling me with a lot of confidence. I don't know why fight music is playing.
Just a very German dungeon.
Yeah, this is getting very intense. I don't like this. This is becoming unsafe.
You're making it unsafe. What do you need? What do you want? What?
We need to know where the best place for us to be is. How could we help?
Well,
the
if I
most?
were you or anybody else that was in my employ or my employer's employ right now, you'd be on the outside of the wall, ready to march with the rest of them.
So then why are you
Well,
here?
we're not on the outside. We're on the inside, and we have the king's ear. How could we best help you?
Make a persuasion check.
I mean, we still have the papers. We can show them if that helps.
Oh. Yeah. Oh.
15.
Okay. How is it that you had come to have the king's ear when you're even having a hard time convincing me of what you're up to?
Well, we were just passing through, but the king knows us
My
and
family
asked
works
us.
for the king. We make tack for all of the military dogs.
I know you. Yeah, I know you. So what you're saying is that I should trust people who are working for the king.
No, I wouldn't, but we're an exception. We don't like the way this country is being run. Things need to change.
I couldn't agree with that more. Been living here in deep cover for 15 years, for fuck's sake.
Yeah, we were pretty much thrown into the same boat as you. We were sent to try and figure out who's behind all this. But that's not what we want.
Well, it was a good follow-up to that sentence, because otherwise things were about to get a little tense. Listen, things are going exactly as planned, exactly as scheduled. Everything's running on time.
Right.
Our other...
We're gonna continue to give them the runaround. But like when everything comes down, how could we best help you?
Well, no matter which way you look at it, there's going to be a scuffle.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Let's see which side of the line your blades fall on, I guess.
What's the overall objective, though? How can we minimize innocent casualties?
Well, what are these fucking people's names?
Chubly. Chibly.
Chibli
And Papa.
And Papa. So you guys have been talking to Papa primarily. Chibli's like doing laps of the rooms, just like checking in nooks, like feeling around, like anybody invisible in here, and then like constantly going back to the keyhole and looking out. You listen, Chilbly and I, we don't know exactly what the stroke of genius is. All right, we just pass notes. We are couriers of information. That has always been our job. That's all we do. We take a note from this person, we pass it to that person. We make sure that our ciphers are, well, better written down than this one that you've given me. This one was chicken scratch. Should have taken somebody a lot longer to figure out what it means. We know to pass notes to Emerald, and we know to receive notes from the masters.
Oh, wait a second. I'm gonna turn in to Noramir.
Okay. Roll an insight check.
Okay.
Guidance.
Oh, nice. With guidance?
She said it before you rolled.
Oh, nice. Extra nice. 22.
22. Yeah, you see a flash of recognition and surprise cross their face.
I've been him the whole time. Joking.
Roll a deception.
No.
Well, that's not the fucking time or place, is it? Yeah.
I say in my head. So,
Man, these flavors are really weird.
You're talking in your head?
This one's...
that first thing I said in my head
Yeah,
is I'm
oyster.
saying in my head. I'm thinking of what to say because I
This one's
didn't get this far.
Carolina Lion. That's right.
We also know Emerald. We've talked to him.
Above table. Didn't you already tell them that Emerald was your dad?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've crossed that bridge already. She just gives you a pat on the shoulder.
Listen, if it isn't already obvious, I'm not in this team for the talking.
No, it's pretty obvious. But you've got some good abilities there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a useful skill. I mean, you've seen us.
Yeah, I didn't know that was cool. You were like, and then
Yeah, it's what we do.
fighting a good fight.
Thank you. No, it's what we do. She literally just changes her face, his face, their face, to a woman, a man, an ambiguous, black skin, white skin, yellow skin, brown skin, back to their complexion.
Is the Coopenscoons day-to-day form their true form then, or is it?
We don't know.
Yeah, I didn't know with all the shape changing if that was clear or not. It was tough to tell.
Actually, due to your proximity with a Fey Realm rift, I will let you make a history check.
Okay. Each. Here it is. 14.
14's enough. You've heard of different humanoids that are able to, at will, change and morph their bodies into other humanoid shapes and guises. Changelings, they're called. They can adapt from medium to small to slightly bigger than medium creatures in all aspects of their being: skin color, eye color, hair color, length, height, weight. The perfect spies to be masquerading as a couple of gnomes within Dorelium.